Hey, how's it going, guys? So got my new Pan America, pretty excited about this day. So this is the first day that I'm going to be taking my Pan America out on the off-road trails, like dirt trails. I've commuted to and from work a couple times on the highway, which the bike's amazing on the freeway, tons of on-demand power. I've talked about it a lot. The Revolution Max puts out just gobs of power. The 150 horsepower is insane out on the road. So I'm going to take it out some dirt roads. I've been off-road on the Pan America before, so nothing too new, but it'll be nice to get out there on my personal bike. So I went with the Deadwood Green. As many of you know, I try to get like the weird off colors that are unique to maybe that model year. Try not to do too much of the black, just because black is so common. So I want to do something a little bit different. I love the Deadwood Green. It's like a desaturated green this year. They have it on a couple of the different bikes, like the Road King Special and a few others. All my dirt bike gear was pretty much trashed. I've done dirt bikes for a long time. Yeah, I also have the Passage gear here as well, which is Harley-Davidson's branded. Revit makes it. Harley-Davidson obviously sells it and distributes it through their dealerships. So there's two different gears that you can get that Harley-Davidson has and offers. It's the Passage gear, which I have here, and also the Grit gear. The Passage gear is a little bit of the higher end. The Grit gear is still extremely premium and really good stuff as well. Yeah, so right now I'm just gearing up and we're gonna go out. We're gonna go up to Santiago Canyon. We're here in my hometown of San Clemente right now. So we're gonna take the bike out. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit about the gear. And I usually don't do gear reviews. I've had a lot of requests to do it over the years, but I figure since we're kind of starting out fresh with the Pan America that I would review the gear and talk about the gear a little bit and my impressions so far. So my full review video that I did at the launch of the Pan America, I actually had the Passage gear. So when we were out at the Mojave Desert and doing jawbone and all those things at the Rawhide camp, I had the Passage gear. So I've ridden it with it before, and so far I'm pretty impressed. So I've got the pants on here, and pants have the knee pads in them already. So kind of nice. You just throw the pants on. You don't have to worry about adding extra pads on and Velcroing it and strapping them on. So they're already all integrated in there. Tons of pockets. Material is amazing. It's like this Gore-Tex stuff. I'm not sure exactly what they call it, but super durable. Insides of the legs have, it's almost like a softer material here, I'm guessing, so that it doesn't damage your paint. And it's probably also like heat resistant as well. One thing that I like a lot too is you've got vents on the Passage. So you got vents on both the legs where you open this up and it helps you circulate the air to your legs quite a bit better. So the jacket's nice. It's got armor or padding in the back. There's a zipper here so you can actually change out what padding, like what level of padding or armor you have back there. Right now I've just got the stock stuff that's back there that comes with the jacket. You've also got elbow pads in here as well. And you've also got the vents on the front of this jacket today, so I'll be running the vents. When Andrew and I were out at the Mojave Desert, it was like, I want to say in the 90s or something, so super hot. Yes, this full gear obviously gets hot, but if you're ventilated properly, it's okay. And you know, the fact of the matter is, if you're wearing a lot of protective gear, you're going to be hot. That's just kind of the bottom line. So is there gear that's cooler and maybe better for like high temperature stuff? Maybe, but anytime you do that, you're probably going to compromise on the safety of it as well and just the durability of it as well. So this is probably the nicest jacket I've ever owned, to be honest. Just the quality of the materials is super nice. There's a lot of adjustability features. You can adjust the tension in the sleeves. There's vents integrated in the sleeves as well. Open those up, more airflow. Tons of pockets everywhere. Probably my favorite feature is your ability to zip the jacket to the pants. So when you're standing up and sitting down a lot, you don't have to worry about your pants, scooting down on you and then the knee pads misaligning from your knees and, constantly trying to readjust your gear. It kind of all stays in place. That, and it also seals off in really cold weather. When you have it zipped together, basically alleviates the wind coming up and getting you cold and chilling your core. Next, we've got the gloves. These are the Passage gloves. So I haven't ridden with these very much off-road yet, but as I ride with them more and as I do more Pan America content, I'll be commenting on these gloves as well. A lot of guards, if you fall and this stuff here is all to like break your fall, and you've got the knuckle guards as well on here. I'm guessing this is probably a little bit warmer glove. I'll find out today after we do this ride, just how hot these things are. But yeah, looking forward to these. There is some venting on here, some cooling features as well. So yeah, I'll comment on that as well and see how that is. I don't have the helmets. I'm still debating whether or not I want to get the Passage helmet. So we'll see how that goes. Right now I'm going to be wearing my Simpson helmet. Obviously not an ADV helmet for a couple reasons. ADV helmets typically will have more ventilation on them. They'll typically have a little bit more versatility in the visor. This is a dark visor, so if it gets to be dark outside, this isn't going to do me any good. It's going to be too dark to see the terrain and whatnot. And usually the ADV helmets are a little bit more like dust friendly, where you can clean them and keep the dust out of them a little bit better. Might do the Passage helmet in the future, we'll see. I also got the Harley-Davidson boots. Again, these are made by Revit, but Harley-Davidson, they're selling them and distributing them through their dealership, and it's part of their Pan America collection basically. I think there's just one style of boot that they offer right now for their ADV or adventure riding kit. So this is a little bit more of a European style boot. Personally, I'm used to riding with like motocross boots. They're a little bit more of like a hard, like rigid plastic style boots that have all the latches across this, but this is just a big Velcro with a zipper on the inside, and the actual shell here is a little bit more malleable, and so probably a boot that is more comfortable to walk around in. Motocross boots are almost like ski boots, where they're very rigid and they're not very good to like walk into restaurants or hotels or whatever with, whereas this is a little bit better. So I'm gonna test out the boot. I've worn these a couple times on rides. As with all the gear, I'm gonna ride it a lot more just so I can tell you guys my personal thoughts. First impressions, I'm kind of mixed on these boots. They're okay, they're not my favorites so far. They are better than riding like I was saying earlier, like a rigid motocross boot. But yeah, I don't really like how they come together, the Velcro. I don't feel like you can really get them as tight as maybe they need to get. It's almost like there's only like one, like you zip it and then you Velcro it, and there's really only one setting to the adjustability on these things. But I'm gonna ride them more and see what I think. Maybe I just need to break them in a little bit more. The pants too, I believe you can wear these pants either inside the boots or outside. I typically prefer to wear the boot or the pant leg on the outside of the boot. So you'll zip this up here. This closes. The reason I like to wear it on the outside of the boot is so it can go up and down as you're standing and moving your legs around. If it's tucked inside the boot, it's almost like you can't get your pant leg to hike up when you want it to hike up. But anyways, yeah guys, we're gonna go up the mountain, go up Santiago Canyon here, and get some cool shots of the bike and take her out. So I've lived in South Orange County for a while now, and I've always heard about this truck trail that leads from Silverado Canyon Road and takes you all the way through and over the peak and back over to Ortega Highway. So I wanted to go up, do a little bit of exploring and see what I could find and kind of check out how the trail was. Was it going to be a good trail for the Pan America or not? I didn't really know what to expect. Some of you may have seen my Silverado Canyon video. And this is actually a pretty similar route that I took on that video, but I take it a little bit further and take it to what's called Maple Springs Truck Trail. And I take that trail all the way up to Santiago Peak. Alright, so I decided to take a little bit of a pit stop. We're like halfway up Silverado Canyon Road here. When you first start up the road, it's paved, but just in really bad disrepair. But you really don't need an adventure touring bike to go up it. It's better if you do, because it's just like a ton of potholes and everything, which is another great type of road to take adventure touring bikes on, because you don't feel like you're damaging your nice Harley-Davidson or whatever. But then about a couple miles into it, 2 or 3 miles into it, it becomes completely dirt, as you can see here. So it's dirt now, definitely like a Jeep trail. So something that's very favorable for the Pan America, pretty easy road to go up. But the scenery is really nice up here. And like I said, this is a pretty local road to where I live, so very accessible for me, and it will probably be a road that if I want to just take off for a quick day trip, I might just head up and stretch the legs on the old Pan America. So I wish I had bags for this thing. The intent here is to get saddlebags or the panniers eventually. Probably get the top case as well. However, we ordered bags for the Pan America bikes like 3 or 4 months ago, and they just had like a huge supply chain issue, or just they didn't plan that they would be so successful. And so we haven't gotten a single pannier bag at our dealership for this model year. So I got a bunch of customers waiting. Sorry guys, you guys know who you are. We sold about a dozen of these bikes so far, which extremely successful launch. Probably one of the most new model launches that's been the most successful probably in the last 15 years. It's just really successful launch for the Pan America. I got people that want this bike that I can't get one for them just because they're hard to come by. I think the Pan America right now is doing better than even Harley-Davidson had even hoped for. So anyways, getting back to the bags, yeah, I plan on getting the aluminum side cases, or as they're called, panniers in the adventure touring world, but can't get a hold of them. A lot of the accessories I can't get a hold of. Standing up on this thing at 6'6" kind of sucks because the stock risers just aren't tall enough. So I'm definitely going to get the 2-inch riser that Harley-Davidson offers out of their parts and accessory catalog. So I'll get the risers. Windshield could be bigger too. So the stock windshield's 15.5 inches. I plan on getting the 18-inch. I think it's ugly, but you know what? When you're out on the road and you want that wind to be, deflected off your head, then you got to kind of suck it up and just kind of go with it. So I'll probably get the 18-inch windshield as well, just because of my height. I'm going to try the taller seats. There is a tall boy seat for this bike, which I'm a perfect candidate for. But when you sit higher on the bike, it gives you more favorable seat to foot position. The relationship between your seat to your feet is more favorable, but then you're sitting higher as well. So then you're going to catch more headwind. We'll see if the taller 18-inch windshield can offset that difference. So yeah, get the cases, get the risers, get the taller windshield. I'm going to get all the guards eventually. You know, that reminds me, I should probably be really careful of how I ride this thing. I don't have the radiator guards. I don't have the beefed up skid plate that's offered out of the P&A catalog. So I'll get those eventually. Parts are just crazy right now, guys. Like, you can't get anything. Everything's all back ordered. And again, I think Harley misforecasted for the take rate and the desirability of this bike. You combine that with just the supply chains that are being disrupted all over the country right now, all over the world. And yeah, there's just very few parts available for these bikes. So anyways, we're gonna head up this trail a little bit further. This is actually the first time I've ever done this trail, just because I didn't have the right bike to do it before. You need to have a street legal bike, by the way, which obviously the Pan America is. But if you have like a green sticker in California, for those of you who are familiar with the system here, green sticker bikes aren't allowed up this road. So yeah, I saw a Jeep coming down here as I was going up. So a lot of Jeeps and things going up here, and I saw one guy in a dual sport as well. So we're gonna keep cruising and see what we got. Alright, so I'm up here now on Main Divide Road, and this is the first time I've ever been up here. I saw like a Z71 Chevy truck pass, and I saw a Jeep Wrangler coming down the road, so yeah, definitely people with off-road vehicles like to come up here and check it out. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I know this connects somewhere off of Ortega Highway. I'm not really sure which road to take though, so I gotta go home and do some research. Anybody who's a local here, let me know. I also think maybe the main divide road is closed into Ortega Highway, I don't know, but yeah, there's two huge mountain ridges out here that have, you know, a trail on them along the peaks. So I definitely gotta do some research and figure out where I'm going up here. But this is actually better than I thought it was gonna be. Like, there's some pretty rad trails up here that are perfect for the Pan America. They definitely put the off-road capability to the test, but it's not like overly difficult where, you know, really constrains the amount of riders based on their ability who come up here. So I've been off-roading my whole life, but honestly, you only need maybe 1 or 2 years of experience to hit a trail like this with a decent motorcycle background. So yeah, definitely happy with the bike. Definitely need those 2-inch risers, that's for sure. I'm just leaning over way too much when I'm standing up on the bike. It's just kind of uncomfortable. Not too bad, but I just can't stand up for a really long time and lock out my knees like I like to, or have a slight bend in them. But yeah, great lookout up here. Super happy to be on the Pan America, guys. I've been on-road riding for a long time, and to open up a whole bunch of different roads like the one I'm on right now is a pretty cool feeling. Let me know if you're local, guys. Where the hell am I going? I don't want to take a long trek into like a dead-end road, so I'm probably just going to turn around, flip a U, and head back the way I came, just so I know. Like, I really didn't bring much water at all. Probably not the smartest thing, but yeah, I have this damn backpack on, and it's killing my game when I'm standing up, that's for sure, with all my camera equipment in there. So Harley-Davidson, give me some bags. Give me some aluminum side cases. Send them to my dealer, because yeah, this is pissing me off. Okay, here comes that Chevy truck, that C71 Chevy truck coming down. You know, I'm gonna ask him where that trail leads. He seems like a knowledgeable dude. We'll check it out, see what he says. Harley, give me the side cases ASAP. I need them. Hey, do you know where this trail goes up there?
Yeah, it goes all the way to the top of Santiago Peak.
Okay. How many miles is it to get up there?
52.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, it's not too far. Once you pass the bend over there, you see the top of the mountain.
Oh, cool. I guess it's just 2 miles up to the top. So we'll go to the top and check it out up there. This is supposed to connect to Santiago Canyon, but I think all the gates are closed, so there's no connector right now. All right, so I believe I'm at the top of Santiago Peak up here, and there's just a bunch of cell towers up here. Anyways, yeah, great ride. Pretty hot right now, but yeah, you got some amazing views. Coming up the trail, you can kind of see down into the city area, probably like Irvine area down there. But yeah, great road. Saw several trucks coming up and down it. kind of rocky. You just gotta go real slow in the rocks, obviously. For first ride, definitely breaking in the Pan America right. This is a great trail. It definitely exceeded my expectations. I'm definitely doing more miles off-road than I anticipated. I wasn't gonna go up here, but after my conversation with the guy in the truck, he said it was just a few miles up here to the summit here. So I'm gonna head back down now, pretty much the way I came. But yeah, great road, great local road for off-road vehicles. So another thing I wanted to mention is I have just the regular stock tires on there, which I believe these are like a 50-50 tire or close to that, meaning it's designed for 50% on-road and 50% off-road. So it doesn't excel in one thing. It's kind of a jack of all trades tire. Might be a 60-40, 60 on-road, 40 off-road, I don't know. But yeah, if there's like loose dirt, like a lot of sand and things like that, I would definitely prefer the knobbies. But honestly, I'm not missing the knobbies right now. I thought that it might be slippery and dancing everywhere on the trail, but really it wasn't. And it is hard packed. Some sections get a little bit rocky, but not too bad. But yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with these tires, and these tires are better for like freeway, which I do quite a bit of. So I'll probably leave these on at least for a little while. If I ever decide to do like a long trip that is primarily off-road, or somewhere that's a little bit harsher or more difficult technical terrain, I'll probably do the knobby tires. But maybe I'll wait till I run through these tires first and then go for the knobbies, just depending on what type of riding I see myself doing. But when I say knobbies, they have an Anarchy Wilderness, primarily favors off-road type of a tire. I think it's like a 70-30, 70 off-road. I'm pleasantly surprised with these tires. Didn't do anything too steep. I'm sure if you do something steep with loose dirt, these things aren't going to be adequate. But right now they're doing the trick.
After that, I headed back down the way I came up. I'll definitely be back up this road to check out some of the other trails that I didn't have a chance to go see. I think a lot of the trails are closed right now. There were some recent fires in this area, so there's some places I'll have to check out once those open up as well. It's definitely cool to experience the versatility of an adventure bike like the Pan America. To be able to pull the bike out of my garage, head up the highway, and have an extremely capable bike out on the freeways and highways, and then hit the dirt with little more than pressing a button to change the mode on it, and head up a Jeep trail along the mountainside. That's a really cool, versatile bike in my opinion, not one that I've ever owned before. If I had a dirt bike at the mouth of the dirt trail, could I have gone up a heck of a lot faster? Absolutely. But would it have required me to put the bike in the back of a truck from my house and taken the truck up to the dirt trail and then park the truck and take the dirt bike out? Yeah, which might have killed the whole trip in the first place had I had a dirt bike and I had to do all the hassling with the truck and hauling it up there and everything. So the adventure touring bikes definitely have a place in my opinion, and today was definitely a taste of what the adventure bikes have to offer. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. I'll be doing more rides on the Pan America, some more rides a little bit further away from home. I got places like Death Valley and Big Bear in my sights. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Later.